Hi, this is Phil from Make Tech Easier and welcome to our review of the Xiaomi Amazfit Pace smartwatch. Smartwatches are all around. It's hard to move without falling over someone who wears one. It must have occurred to you that perhaps you might need one, but it's hard to figure out which one you should buy, or perhaps even if you need to buy one at all. It's easy to be overwhelmed. The market is teeming with contenders for space on your wrist, all of which seem shiny and loaded with features. In this video, we look at a mid-range device, the Xiaomi Amazfit Pace, to see if it meets or exceeds expectations for a $100 smartwatch. Xiaomi Amazfit Pace. On the technical side, this watch is fully loaded. It has a 1.2 GHz dual-core processor and a 1.34-inch 300 by 300 pixel display. There are Wi-Fi and Bluetooth antennas inside the case, 512 megabytes of RAM and 4 gigabytes of online storage, but we'll talk more about that in a moment. The rechargeable battery is 280 mAh, which means if you use it a lot, you get about 4 to 5 days of use, but apparently 11 days on standby if you turn off the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth aerials. It has a nice sensor stack on board, including PPG heart rate sensor, an acceleration sensor, gyroscope, a compass, light sensor, and a GPS receiver. So that's the inside. What about the outside? The build quality is very nice. The smooth bezel on the top of the case isn't actually metal. Apparently it's some kind of ceramic. The back of the watch is a tough polycarbonate resin, and there are 4 connectors on the rear of the case for the cradle, which is a neat little clip that takes a USB cable for charging and data transfer to and from the unit. In the centre of the back, it also has an LED sensor for the heart rate monitor, which presses against your wrist to sense heartbeats. The strap is a soft, smooth silicone and is very comfortable to wear, even when you're asleep, but we'll come to that again in a second. The face of the watch is a Gorilla Glass touchscreen, just like on high-end smartphones, and there is a ceramic home button on the right-hand side of the case for activating the backlight and returning to the home screen. The case is dust and water resistant to the IP67 standard, which in real terms means it's totally dustproof, and you can in fact immerse it in water up to 1 meter and it won't damage the unit. So accidentally stepping into the shower or wearing it in heavy rain will not be an issue. In use. This is a classy watch. It's modern, well designed and easy to use. By default, the watch is set to wake up and activate the backlight when you flip your wrist up to read it, and this works quickly and reliably. But interestingly, the display is also reflective and meant to be read with a light on it, and so is clear and intelligible even in bright sunlight. Just like a normal watch, if you can't see it, then you can just hold it up to the light. Now then, to use the watch you first have to pair it with a phone, and happily both Android and iOS versions of the app are available and they work just fine. Once you have downloaded it, just run the app and it will ask you to scan a QR code which appears on the display of the watch, and then you're done. Pairing means you can receive alerts on the watch from your phone, and also, if you have notifications turned on, SMS messages, but it also means that the watch can send data to the app for storage and analysis. The pedometer seems accurate and counts your steps as you walk and logs all your physical activity. There is a sedentary alarm too, which notifies you when you've been sitting down for a period of time. If you wear the watch in bed, and it's more than comfortable to do so, it will also monitor your sleep patterns of deep and light sleep and give you a graph both on the watch and on the app so that you can monitor your overall sleep quality. If you're into sports, the watch can monitor the distance you travel when walking or running using the GPS sensor and log these too. These are recorded and later on you can view the collected statistics on your watch or the app. Also built in is a small sports music player in case you don't want to take your iPod for a run. You can store up to 4 gigabytes of music on it and listen to the tunes as you run or walk, as long as you supply your own Bluetooth headphones. Another big feature of this watch is the open source nature of the faces. Anyone can make a face for it with the right tools, and on the internet there are literally hundreds of open source faces to download for the watch in the native WFZ format. You can install these via the USB and switch them in and out with the app. Conclusion. We give this watch a rating of 4.5 out of 5. Here are the pros. It has a solid build quality, comes with useful and well-designed software, which is easy to use. It has a reflective or backlit display so that you can see it in bright sunshine, and the open source faces are a huge bonus. Okay, what about the cons? Well, there's no speaker, so alerts are vibration only, but that's not a huge problem if you value your silence. Also, in order to hear music from the player, you need to add your own Bluetooth earphones for music. Other than that, it's a superb watch which is good quality and a joy to use. Now then, it's not just a watch for extreme sports fans, although it would certainly be a useful tool for the kind of people who run and take it very seriously. No, the thing is, it's also useful for normal people who would love to be runners but don't, or don't have a lot of time to go to the gym, go running or even walking. What it does do well, regardless of your level of fitness, is quietly and accurately record all the physical activity stats from your movements all day and give you readings you can view comfortably later. If your goal is to maintain or improve your fitness, then seeing stats written down is cool and a very good motivator for you to do more. You may think you're quite active, but seeing the numbers can be a bit of a wake-up call. But it's all about developing a healthy lifestyle, and that's something we could all use a little bit more of. The Xiaomi Amazfit Pace is definitely worth the money if you're looking for a good value, mid-range smartwatch that's modern, stylish, has well-designed, functional software and provides useful tools for making a more active life. Okay, that's all for this time. If you enjoyed this video, then please take a moment to like, subscribe and comment below. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.